Hello everyone, my name is RaghavGoyal and I am contesting for the post of General Secretary Cultural Affairs. What I bring to the table is a unique mixture of perspective and experience. I've had the opportunity to witness the cultural scene at different levels as a freshman, as a hostel secretary, as an institute secretary, and also as a club senior, as a cult enthu senior, which has imbibed in me the understanding of the nuances of the cultural scenario in the institute. The fact that I can think like a hostel secretary and as an institute secretary will surely help me make quality decisions in future. With over 3 years of experience, I think I have gathered detailed knowledge of how different councils function, and my organizational skills have been felicitated by an organizational color at the hostel level. Talking about my vision, I envision a culturals full of interaction, bonding, recreation, leisure, and an overall development of a person. My vision rests upon 3 important pillars of exposure, excellence, and execution. Talking about exposure, be it a high prep club event or a small workshop or a small unplugged event, people should be able to pursue their hobby to the limit of their passion. For that, I have initiatives like Talkmasters, ICSP, and also Cult Cafe. Talking about excellence, IIT Bombay is packed with people with numerous talents and various talents, and for that I have initiatives like Meraki and Enigma. Talking about execution, I promise to deliver flawless execution of cultural events which cater to the needs of the student bodies in the institute. About my initiatives, I focus on initiatives that are both achievable and practical. I further believe that it is important to make sure that all previous initiatives have been taken care of rather than taking up new initiatives. Thus, I plan to push for the initiation of NCO, which means National Cultural Organization, and cult skill courses, which is in collaboration with the Academic Council. Further, I think as a GSEC, I can bring about a change in the ways we cater to the society and the environment. So one of my initiatives is to restrict the use of flexes and posters which are plastic in nature and push for an environment-friendly form of publicity. And second is I plan on to collaborate with Abhyuday for flagship events and thus ensure that various social issues are being catered upon and that we are able to raise funds for different NGOs. Okay, so one major problem about Freshiza has been the fact that it has been very competition oriented. Be it Freshiza phase 1 or Freshiza phase 2. If from my groundworks with Freshies, everyone's told me that the only activities that are happening in Freshiza are majorly competitions. So by Cult Carnival, I would try to give it a festive feel rather than just talking about the competitions. There will be it will be like a week packed with different events, different workshops, and not just competitions. Thus, phase 1. The feel of phase 1 and the idea of phase 1 will be different than the usual idea, and like other colleges we will be having a freshers night which we haven't had before in the institute. Okay, talking about the people who are going to come for the event. See, like for almost all the cultural activities or competitions or events of different clubs, there is a certain threshold above which a person has to be so that he can perform in that specific event. But often from my groundworks, I've noticed there are people who are very enthusiastic about, say, singing or say shairi or say for stand-up comedy, but there are no avenues to cater to their enthusiasm, right? So for those people and for people who are good enough just so the quality of the event is maintained is the initiative called Cult Cafe. Talking about the spaces, I've already talked with the manager at Brews and Bites, also at Campus Hub, and also the manager at Gulmohar Cafe. These places cannot be booked, but as such, these places are never used for any other kind of event other than their own festive brunch or something which happens on weekends, that too in the morning. So if we cater to these events, to Cult Cafe events on say Wednesdays or Fridays during any of the weekdays, that should not be a problem. And there's a lot of space because in my present music secretary tenure, we've had 3 events at Gulmohar Cafe. Okay, so if I talk about the final initiative, it is to get micro-credit courses of 1 to 3 credits, which can be accommodated with their grade in that specific course. But since this hasn't been started as of now, what we'll pitch in the first year of in my year or the year it starts in is will be like an NP or a PP course, just a course which they can like get on their transcript, and so that they can learn from the course. So that should not be an issue. The only issue from that the other end is to get the instructor and the salary and everything of the instructor, or like eventually integrating it with the final credits of the person concerned. See, if I talk about the need and finance, like two subparts of the answer, talking about the financial area of my answer, I don't think that's an issue, because already the hoodies and everything are being printed, and something like this happened for the sports inter sports as well last year, and they had a label called as Bombay Black Cats. So I don't think that will be an issue. Talking about the pressure or the need for this, I think this is very important, because that would ensure that people stick together as a contingent, and not just for their own competition. Right, people should not be concerned about how they do in their own genre or their own competition, but also care about how other people are performing in their own competitions. So something like this would connect different teams with each other. So the IIT Bombay contingent, which will go for inter-IIT cult, will have a thing that they can associate with. So as a General Secretary of Cultural Affairs, I can dream big, and I think I would have all the requisite tools to realize those dreams. In my own ways, I have experimented with opportunities and have taken risks in the past, which is the most exciting part of being a GS. My dedication towards my work and my vision for the culturals are my biggest credentials, and I believe that I can make a difference in whatever it is I do. So please vote for me. My name is RaghavGoyal, and I'm contesting for General Secretary Cultural Affairs. Thank you.